Hello, Disneyans of the Warp the Webway and YouTube. Welcome to another tournament update for ITC 2019. Yes, I've been playing Eldar. Yes, the picture on the screen is a salamander holding an Imperial Guardsman, but I thought the meme was funny, so I put it up. And I need more command points on my list. What I learned after this past week's game is that fire prisms are amazing, especially when you use the 1-point stratagem to link their fire. The rerolls are just astoundingly good. The Dark Reapers are also very good, provided you can protect them. And a lot of my points got spent on, my command points were getting spent on Fire Prism stratagems, and then also Fire and Fade so that I could move my Dark Reapers out, get a line of sight, kill whatever they shot at, or at least heavily damage it, and move them back out of line of sight so they couldn't be shot at. Dark Reapers are amazing glass cannons, so you have to protect them. The rest of the stuff that I had on the table did its job very well. My flyers were taking the bulk of his firepower, but if he's shooting down my flyers, he can't also kill my fire prisms in the same round. I did manage to go first in this game, and it was a huge difference. It really was. Not so much because my opponent is a bad player, but getting on the front foot, so to speak, of removing a tank and all but 2 wounds of another tank so that it could effectively do nothing, especially with the amount of firepower he had in those tanks, made a huge difference in that he had to be much more target selective in what he shot. Now, he still made good choices. He still ended up winning the game, mainly due to the fact he was running a combination heavy tank with Imperial Guard, so he's got a lot of troopers, so obviously he can shoot things, and also he has the bodies to just run up and deal with stuff. I really enjoyed the game as a whole, and one thing I did learn from this prep, the Eldar army is certainly not a horde army unless you want to run them specifically that way. So I need to get some more shots in my army as far as horde clearing, because I've got the firepower to clear a knight. I can't clear a knight in a single turn. He managed to hide his knight. If he had not hidden his knight, I probably would have taken him down in a single turn because he would have been primary target. Number one, I can shoot him. Everything is shooting at the knight. Not so much because the knight is the only threat, but a knight, and anybody who's played against him, a knight is a huge threat to anything that can't take the amount of shots he can put out. And a knight just puts out a huge amount of damage. Easily removes a wave serpent, a fire prism a turn, in addition to heavily damaging another one. So he's 2 tanks worth of shooting. But all in all, I thoroughly enjoyed the game. I think I'm getting the hang of Eldar for tournaments. I'm going to tweak the list a little bit more, see if I can get some more shots in it somewhere. And I hope to bring an update to y'all in the next week or so. My videos have been coming out about once a week on average right now. As soon as I can get the content where I want it, we'll move on with that. I am in a little bit of a content slump because I've been slowing down on my model painting, and a lot of my videos were about my models, let's be honest. There is the new Space Marine Codex coming out. I've pre-ordered it because, well, it's Space Marines and I have a Space Marines army. I don't think it's going to be the end of the world for non-Space Marine players, but we're going to have to adjust how we play. This codex is making some huge changes, and from what I've been seeing, the leaks I've seen online, we're getting some points changes for the Space Marines. We're getting some rather large buffs for several of the units. So all of us that don't play Space Marines are going to have to adjust a little bit, because it's going to be, whenever this codex drops this coming weekend, I fully expect it to be Space Marines everywhere, because everyone will want to try the new hotness, especially with the Ultramarine Codex coming out, or the supplement coming out the same day. I fully expect this to be a huge change, shake-up to the meta, especially with the rules that have been coming out. And if you've watched any of the other YouTubers that do 40K, you know that. I don't think it topples any of the current competitive meta from where we're currently at. I think that Eldar stay on top, or a top tier. They're not the very top. Eldar stay towards the top. I think Tau still stays up towards the top. But I think Space Marines, as opposed to being, you require a great amount of skill to get them to work and do what you want them to do, I think Space Marines are going to turn into a little bit stronger faction. And let's be honest, they kind of needed to be, because I don't think they've won very much lately. But I expect Space Marines to move up the winning boards again. You'll see Space Marines at a lot of the top tables again, just from what this codex is doing. So lots of shakeups coming. When I get my hands on the codex, I will read over it and see what I think is the best options for those that wish to listen to my opinions. Please leave comments in the comment section below, and let me know if you have any questions. I'll do my best to answer them, and I'll see you in the next video.